Hello everybody, Frankie Day here for Frankie Day Models. Okay, for this gorgeous Monday, the start of a new week, I have for you video number 2 on my clipper ship build of the Grand Ship THERMOPYLAE. Okay guys, I haven't let loose on this thing. I'm just pretty steadily working on this thing, and then I've been keeping me pretty well busy. I haven't let go yet, but I'll let this thing dry for about a day or two. I'll only hop on my Wanderer whale ship. I'm gonna get that shaking real good and get that finished as much as I can, and then hop back on THERMOPYLAE and get her going. And I'm gonna try to finish up all these builds I've done in the past, fellas. Well, I gotta get myself out of this modeler syndrome. In other words, I'm gonna have a lot of darn unbuilt stuff laying around. It's gonna get busted and destroyed. Eventually, gets 86 in the dump, and I hate to see that. I don't see anything like that go in the trash can. So I try to avoid all that. So I gotta keep ahead of what I got, fellas. I got special places where I put these at. If I get this THERMOPYLAE done, I have it on my wall right in front of me. I got a shelf up there, and she'll look nice up there, along with her rival Cutty Sark. Okay, this kit in general is not very complex, but it acquires woodworking skills, and everything is. They give you a pre-carved hull, and they give you white metal parts, almost like that of the model shipway kits. Also the Blue Jacket range, the same way. This kit was designed by the late great Walter Maziano. He's an author on models and books, and he's got a lot of good publications out there that are very helpful to the model builder of mine. Most of his work is quite ancient compared to what's on today. But ancient stuff is good too, very good. And I'm ancient myself. Okay. Now on the THERMOPYLAE right here, she's a good clipper. She had a very, very sad ending in the past, and the closing of the 19th century. Clipper ships more or less gave squat to steam power, coal power ships like the SS Atlantic and the White Star Line, Atlantic, and the rest of them out there, all the steamboats and steamships they had out there powered by steam. And the clipper ship age is just, it faded out. It was great for a while, for about at least 30 years. It was great. It was they were the greyhounds of the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, and they were the freighters of mercantile fleet of what we have today. So they're more or less they just phased out. They became obsolete. So the THERMOPYLAE was purchased by the Portuguese Navy, and eventually they used it as like a barracks or a training ship. And they, at the end, of course, like I said, they got caught up in steam power, and the age of sail was over with, except the windjammers that were coming to view. And so they more or less, they torpedoed this thing and sunk her. And she's probably down about 42 meters of water, about 130, 140 feet of water. And her remains is still down there. A lot of divers dive down there and get artifacts from her. And so it's horrible, something like that's come to an end. So all that's left of the 19th century is the Cutty Sark, and I'm very happy and pleased. And I can sit there at night knowing that the Cutty Sark in England's been done, been refinished from the horrible, horrible, horrible fire that it went through. All the original stuff of that hull was just destroyed by fire. And they had, thank God they had blueprints of the thing, and they could be able to retrofit and reproduce what was lost. So it's, my heart goes out to the people that restored the Cutty Sark. And it's very wonderful they done something like that to preserve history. Okay, we're going to zoom in and take a look at the Grand Ship THERMOPYLAE, the clipper of the Aberdeen line. And you can tell from the last video, Frankie Day really has got hot on this thing. I got all the rails aft done, up forward. Also on top of the after house, got the railings on there. I got them all done. And on the real vessels, they weren't very straight. They're pretty well crooked. I've seen a lot of them on there. So I made mine crooked a little bit because it has enthusiasm. It's all done by wire, and I got all my rigging done. All my standing rigging's done. I got to rig those shrouds. That's next. On the forecastle deck, I got my windlass on there, and I've got my anchors stowed on deck, and I got my chain, which is the anchor chain is tied to the whiskers, and the whiskers via to the anchor shackle. And they only done this at sea, keep it from getting lost in case it hits foul weather. You always stored anchors on the deck like this. And it took about 2 or 3 men to pick those anchors up and put them over the side. In port, they always hung over the side or triced up across the night head and the whiskers. And I got all up to the foretop, up to the top gallant masthead, up the trestle trees, first platform. Also aft too. It builds into a very nice model when it's done. Like I said, a model like this will be done in about 3 months. If you work on it every day, 5, 6, 7 hours a day, every day, you can have this thing done in anywhere from 60 to 30 days. Depends on the complexity of it. What saved my time on this bad boy is these combos, these dead eyes on here. Normally, if you run a dead eye, you got to weave them to make lanyards, and that takes a lot of time to do that. Once it gets going, they rig very fast. But this is a time consumer because this way this model is designed for simplicity, but also keep the connoisseur in mind. That he or she decide to do this, they can add a little stuff to it and get rid of this. If I really wanted to make a good builder model out of this thing, I got rid of these combos right here. I put them in the parts box for some other future project that would arise. And I'll make my own dead eyes. But this thing's been started about 20 years ago. It needs to get done. She's getting there. Close, no cigar, but she's improved immensely from 5 days ago, and she's ship shape now. She's starting to look like a clipper. I've got all my standing rigging done on this thing. All I can do next is add the shrouds and prepare my yards and loose them to the mast and rig up and keep it going and rig up my sailboat, my lifeboats up, and then a few deck fittings here and there. And I'm in the business, fellas. So next I'll be hopping on the whale ship, the Wanderer. You'll like that. I think you guys seen it a couple of times. I posted pictures about a year ago. And a very striking model it is. And these old clippers were very beautiful ships for their day. A lot of them saw fate during splinter storms, fires. A lot of them carried lime. And that lime is bad. If you get salt water and lime, man, it causes fires. And boy, you got yourself a situation. It was abandoned ship time. And to be a sailor, an able-bodied seaman aboard a ship like this, requires a lot of training, and you got to overcome your fears, especially going aloft. Because the code of a sailor is one hand for the ship and one for yourself. And if you don't grab one for yourself, you got for the ship. If you got too much ship in your hands, you're going to fall. One step, you're dead. I see a lot of top men go aloft up there, especially reef and furl, on those foot ropes. They don't hardly look down what they're doing. They slip the foot rope and got nowhere to grab. Either you end up over in the drink or on top of the deck, and you'd be a mess. They have to wash you over there with scuppers with seawater, or flush you out with bilge water. And it took hard work and needed teamwork back in those days. There's no such thing as slackers back in those days, fellas. Those sailors worked hard, and the captains made sure they worked hard. And the ones that didn't work hard, either they flogged them, or they put them in irons next port and got rid of them. But there was discipline aboard these ships. A lot of these sailors weren't press gang; they were volunteers. They were merchantmen, and they took these jobs to heart. To heart. This is their job. Okay, this is the conclusion of video 2 for the clipper ship Thermopylae. And by this Friday, I should have all the shrouds done on this thing and have all the yards prepared for mounting on all 3 masts. And the build going from there. But next video coming up before this Friday gets here will be on the Wanderer whale ship. I'll post a video on that tomorrow for you guys. And so I got the whale ship I'm going to finish up on. It won't take long to finish that one up. And finish up the Thermopylae. I'm going to hop on the Yacht Atlantic and get that finished out of the way. And by that time, I'll probably be hopping on the USS Enterprise, the Big E. Again, I'd like to thank Mr. Bob Buskine very much from deep in my heart for those F-14s and his F-4s air wing from my Big E Enterprise. I'm very, very grateful, dear sir. Thank you, Bob. So far, I got a submarine coming in, guys, from the whale. One of my, I think it's Stevie B, I believe it is. Thank you very much, Stevie, for sending in that USS Ohio. That's ballistic submarine. It's card bottle, guys. I'll build it here on YouTube. It'll be a dedication build for Stevie B. And it'll be something different. It'll make a good companion next to my USS George Washington. And so I got a lot of stuff coming your way, fellas. So we should have mail call pretty soon when that submarine comes in. I'll post a video on the Thermopylae or be on the Wanderer whaler. And then I have another mail call coming in for you. So I'd like to keep some stuff going for you fellas, let you guys know what's going on and what Frankie D's up to. So as you can tell, I've been turning 2 on this thing. I'm putting a dent on this thing. And so I'm going to let her dry for about a day. I'm going to work on the whale ship and hop back on her again. Okay, it's time for you to bail out of here, fellas. Right now it's about 10:20 my time out there in Ohio, Eastern time. I get a little tired. I got to go work in the morning. I spent pretty much all day working on this, so I got to let my eyeballs tune down a little bit and get refocused while I work on this thing. Okay, this is Frankie Day signing up for Frankie Day Models. I'd like to thank everybody for wonderful comments and everything. I'm very grateful, and always make Mama happy. Make Mama happy. A happy wife gives you a happy life, and she's happy, you're happy, birds are singing, everybody's happy. Build some models, guys. We got winter coming up. Fall hasn't got here yet, though it's on its way. And it promotes excellent model building time, because it's going to get cold this winter time, guys. So get your hatches all battened down and get all squared away for winter. Because I got people we're all in for a big, big, cold winter this year, because we had some hot sun. The big heat blast we had throughout the nation. So you usually got a hot summer like that. You're going to have a big old freezing ass winter time. Okay, I'm out of here, fellas. It's time for you to get this thing uploaded and prepare the whale ship Wanderer and get the video out for that for you, fellas. Frankie Day signing off for Frankie Day Models. God bless you guys. Love you guys very much. You guys take care of yourselves. Take care of your babies. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. And always be aware of your surroundings, fellas. Always be aware of your surroundings. Watch everything. And keep watching. Frankie Day signing off for Frankie Day Models. We'll catch you on the next video on the Wanderer Whaler. Bye, boys. Take care, fellas. God love you all.